Richard Morgan at Morgan and Disalvo, another in our series of Back to the Basics video series. This one is a very common topic, and that is planning for a blended family. What's a blended family? You have at least one spouse and married more than once, and there's children by a prior marriage, either one or both. So here's what happens. Clients come in, they say, here's what I want to do. I want to take care of my spouse when I pass away, and then I want my assets to go to my children, and I want my spouse's assets to go to their children at the second death. And then I have the obligation to tell them that's not actually how it works. If you were to give all of your assets to the surviving spouse outright, when they own all those assets, all bets are off. Anything could happen to those assets. There is no guarantee your children are going to get anything. So they don't really like that answer. So what are the options? We have a couple options. Number one is we have those assets passed to the spouse in trust. So the spouse gets to use those assets when they need them, but when they pass away, the assets come back to your children or whatever proportions you want among the children, because you, as the first spouse to die, get to control what happens because you've used a trust. Option number two is, I call it taking someone off the table. So you could give the spouse a lump sum of money at that first death, and then the rest goes to the kids. Or we give the kids a lump at the first death and give the rest to the spouse. That way, at least the kids we know got something. So if they never get another dollar, it's okay because they got something. And then the spouse, they get to use the assets. Hopefully they have some come back to the kids, but it may or may not happen. Or you could do the combo. So you could have it where you give the kids a lump so they get something, and then pass the rest to the spouse in trust. They use whatever's there, and then whatever's left comes back to the kids. So the key is, it's not simple. You need to think about it, but there are viable options. Richard Morgan, Morgan and Disalvo.